Good morning. Welcome to today's lecture. In our last lecture, we were introduced on the industrial devices and website development. Today, we are going to start taking industrial devices one by one. Today, we are starting with switches. And we said that the first thing to do when you come to industrial panel is to identify the electrical devices. So I have some switches here. This is an example of switch. This is an example of another switch. This is a switch. So I call push button, the switch also. This one has 3 terminals. This one has 2 terminals, 1 and 2. So this one has 2 terminals, 1 and 2. Okay, what do we use switch for? So let's see what we use of switch. So we use switch to connect 2 or more cables or wires together, and use switch to on and off, to on or to close, to connect or on or to close. For example, these are the 2 cables, cable 1 and this is cable 2. If you want to connect these 2 cables together, you can use this switch to connect them together. Use switch to connect them together. When you press to connect, remove your hand to disconnect. And also use this one to connect them together. To connect them together, or you can say on or close. The another uses is disconnect. To disconnect 2 or more cables. So, or you can say off. Off, when you disconnect something, means you have off that thing. You can say open. To disconnect something, when you open something, it means you have disconnected it. The switch is used to close or on or connect 2 or more points, 2 or more cables. You can also use to disconnect. For example, when it is connected, when you on it, when you off it, it will be disconnected. To disconnect or off or open 2 or more cables. So we connect 2 or more cables so that there will be flow of current from 1 to 2. We disconnect it when we don't want the flow of current from 1 to 2. Okay. So let's see these switches. For example, this one now, there's a number there on it, written NO. You can see something NO there. NO. Okay. So there are 2 states of switch. 2 states of switch. States of switch. Number 1 is normally open. 2 is normally closed. normally open, normally closed. NO and what? NC. So before we start, for example, let's see example of a symbol of switch. Example in PSC, or we can say, can use this as a symbol of switch. Or in electrical diagram, you have something like this. This is normally open. It's open. This is a cable. This is another cable. There's an opening here. This is a cable. This is another cable. There's an opening here. This is a cable. This is another cable. There's an opening here. So it's disconnected. This is normally open. That is the normal state as it is when you have not touched it, when you are not pressed or on or off it. So as it is when you have not pressed it. For example, this one is written NO. NO means normally open. It means this switch is normally open. If you test it using your meter from here to here, if you place it, you will see that there will be no continuity. We're going to do that. So we have normally close. What do we mean by normally close? For example, if you want to change all this switch to normally close, okay, let me just write normally closed. It's normally closed. It is connected. At the normal state, it's connected. It's also normally closed. For example, this is a switch. The symbol for normally closed. And also this is another symbol for normally closed. Electrical diagram. So normally closed means it's connected. This place is touching. You see, this is not touching this. Also, this is normally closed. That is at the normal state. For example, if you see normally closed switch, you will see NC instead of NO here. You see NC instead of NO. So that is what you see there. Okay. This is another switch. This switch has two. This one has two terminals. It has two terminals. That is six terminals. Terminals 1 and 2. This one also has two terminals. 1 and 2. But this one has three terminals. This is toggle switch, has three terminals. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see it. How it looks like. Let's place it like this. So this is one terminal. This is one terminal of the switch. There's a middle one. This is another terminal of switch. There's another one going like this. This is another terminal of the switch. Let me call it 1, 2, 3. Three terminals. This number 2 is called common. This 2 terminal is common. It's common to both terminals. That is why we say it's common. We call it common terminal because it is common to both terminals. So look at this thing now. If it is straight like this, it means it's not connected to any of them. If it is like this, it's not connected to this or this. So but when you move it this side, if you bend it like this, this one is connected to this. Don't look at the direction of this. When you bend it like this, but you can still use your meter and test. This one is connected to this. But when you move it to the other side, this one will be connected to this. I'm going to test all this with meters. Maybe in our part 2 of the switches. Because we're going to draw a circle diagram in part 2. And you will see how to connect all these things physically. So switch is one of the main things you're supposed to know. So for example, now this one, if I turn this is the normal state. This one straight, the normal state of this switch. So this one now is normally open. Normally open will change to normally close when you on it like this. This place that is normally open, that is open before will be closed. And when you off it, it will be open. When you on it, it will be closed. So when it is normally closed, when it is normally closed at the normal state, because it can be normally closed or it can be normally open. When it is normally closed at the on state, when you on it, it will be normally open. So normally closed change to normally open when it is activated or energized. To on it, you can say energized. When it is energized, the normally closed will change to normally open, while the normally open will change to normally closed. Okay, to energize this thing is to press it. When you press it, if it is normally open, it will change to normally closed. When it is normally closed, it will change to normally open. This is what we have for switch in this part 1. I'm going to do video for part 2 of switching. I'm going to draw circle diagram and we connect it. We test